Hey everyone, today I'm going to be doing a review on the Menards ore cars. Menards is just a really great place to go in general, just look around at some of the stuff they have because a lot of their stores are massive and they have so much stuff. And of course, if you're like me and you're into trains, they have a whole train section, and Menards, of course, produces their own train stuff. And they also, they produce freight cars and they produce buildings, and they're all really cool. But I also go there for electronic supplies and whatever to aid with train projects. And recently, I went to Menards specifically because I had a bag where everything you fit in the bag is 15% off. And that was a pretty good incentive to go in, and I guess they're pretty sneaky with their marketing to get you to go into the store. But I've been looking to get some things from Menards anyways, so, worked out for me. One of the things I got was actually some cable ties, 600 of these for like $6, and they're all different sizes, or they've got assorted sizes. And these things are excellent for wiring projects under the layout, and in locomotives and rolling stock and such. And these all around, I definitely recommend getting some twist ties. But the main thing we're talking about today is not twist ties, it's these ore cars. And I've always wanted some ore cars, I have a few locomotives that would go really good with them. And here are just a couple here. They come in packs of 2. And I believe it was maybe around $30 for one of these. Of course, put the 15% off on there and it's a little less. But I'm going to be taking these out of the box and kind of comparing them to some of Menards' other rolling stock. And we're going to see how these are. I'm just going to get through all the cardboard on that side. There we go. So, of course, we have 2 cars. And I made sure before I took the cars and put them in the cart, I made sure that all the couplers were intact, because I've had problems with Menards cars where the couplers will just kind of be missing parts, or they'll be dysfunctional, and these couplers appear to be in perfect working order. I'm going to take a closer look. Of course, these cars are individually numbered. This one is 7362, and the other one is 7224. And we have some pretty nice markings on here. Of course, we have the Pennsylvania Railroad logo. I chose these cars specifically because they're for Pennsylvania. And the lettering there looks solid. And then we have, of course, the numbers and whatnot. That's all pretty clearly put on there. Then we have Built by Menards 2022, which isn't realistic, but, from a distance you don't notice. But I'm really glad that they made the font a little more, I guess, undescript, because on some of their earlier models, the Menards name is pretty proudly on there, and it's pretty bright, so, it's more noticeable. But this is a lot less noticeable, and I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I applaud them for that. The finish on this car is pretty good, especially considering the price. The load up here looks a little plasticky, which is to be expected. I'm likely going to go in and weather this load. Around the sides of the car, it looks alright. There's some weird stuff with the molding right there. I don't know if you can really see that on camera, but, I can see it in person. You have a brake wheel there that's in pretty good. But the main thing I've noticed with these trucks is these roll quite a lot better and are a lot more quiet than their earlier pieces of rolling stock. And you can see here, it's basically just like how Lionel puts together their rolling stock, I'm pretty sure. I'm just going to see if I can get out one of these wheel sets. Yeah, so this is basically the same sort of needlepoint bearing type of rolling stock. There we go. That's back in there. So these are a little trickier to get together than Lionel cars, but, they're pretty reliable. But what I wanted to look at was these trucks versus some of Menards' earlier truck designs. And here's a also really nice Great Northern box car from Menards. This one was built in, let me see, 2017, which is, of course, at this point, 6 years ago at the most. Wow. So these trucks actually spin a little less good because the truck design actually, it more resembles the design of post-war Lionel cars, with just how that plate's on there for the coupler. I think that's for the coupler. Yeah, that uncouples that car. But these cars have the little thumbtack, which also works pretty well. These tend to kind of ring a little more when they roll along, like you can hear that. These are pretty much completely smooth. So I think Menards has made some changes to how they've made the trucks. Unless this is just a change that is on this particular car and it's always been like that, or, you know, tell me what you think. But, you know, I prefer the truck design on here a little more to this one. But this one is still pretty sturdy and I like it. Anyways, I'm going to get these cars on the track and we're going to run them around. Alright, I've got my EP5 here, which is of course in the Pennsylvania Railroad livery. And I thought about this locomotive when I was in the store. And I also thought about my 080 steam locomotive and thought that these would look good with that. But I actually did, as you can see, buy 2 packs of them because they were a good deal, and of course there was a sale, as I said. So those look pretty nice, and let's get this train running. So my final conclusion on these cars is they're well weighted, they go around curves fine, they go through switches alright, and they're a good value too. If you want a car that's scale but won't look weird going around tighter radiuses, I would definitely recommend these ore cars. And these would be fantastic if you had like a little 040 or 060 steam engine. That would make for a pretty nice consist, and this is making me kind of want some more smaller locomotives that would go with these cars. So, I guess that's it for this review. Like and subscribe, share this video. If you would like to get these cars, I would definitely recommend, if you're in the Midwest, where there tend to be Menards, definitely go to a Menards. In general, they're pretty nice stores. Pretty good for hardware stuff too. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.